So many would ask, like, okay, what's autistic burnout, and like, how's that regular different from regular burnout? And like, some people, a lot of neurotypicals, they can like bounce back from these burnout things in maybe a week. Some take months, but for us on the neuroatypical side, because there's such a thing as autistic burnout, ADHD burnout, OCD burnout, and it's tough. Like for some of us, it can take. I've talked with people who told me that they've spent as long as 4 years fully recovering from their burnout, and that's scary. But it's something that actually does exist. And autistic burnout is categorized by several major symptoms, one of them being deep exhaustion, where you have so much fatigue where even if you're doing everything right, eating healthy, working out, getting enough sunlight, staying away from unhealthy foods or like garbage, and you get plenty of sleep, you still feel so tired where even just one errand can make you pooped for the day. Then there's loss of regression of skill or regression of skills. And I've noticed that certain things that like I used to be razor sharp at, maybe I'm still above average what people say. I mean, I don't necessarily believe them. I guess like because I hold myself to such a high standard, but like certain things they just don't come to me like they used to. I'm even having trouble remembering the meaning of the most basic duas that I learned back when I first became Muslim, but also where it's like I don't remember things as quickly. And like one of the subcategories of this is known as communication drops, where I have difficulty finding words now, where I used to be so quick as to finding the perfect words to communicate what I was feeling. Well, not always, but like I could at least make a point, and I had like a certain eloquence. Like some of my cousins used to say, like, Kevin, are you a robot? Because you have a high vocabulary. But then nowadays there are times where I've just like I stop sometimes. I can't. I'm just like I say something, then I pause for a second. I don't really control it, and like I notice that I have a lower verbal fluency. Words that used to come naturally to me just don't anymore. And I'm also like, and then there's also the sensory overloads. I mentioned how one of the common symptoms of autism is sensory sensitivities, and oftentimes if it's taken too far, we can go into overload. And these days now, things that I could somewhat manage become like even a loud clap can like make my shoulders stand up and make the blades of my shoulders be in agonizing pain. I'm more sensitive these days, and like things just bother me more quickly. And like many would just say, Kevin, just power through it, just go through it. Like, come on, man. And like, yeah, for a lot that's like their solution, but it's not a feasible strategy because you're basically asking me to put me through things that are torturous. I'm not, and I don't use this word lightly. Things that may seem like a nuisance to other people is absolute agonizing pain for me. Harsh sunlight, loud noises, and it's like why I have certain habits, why I'm always wearing headphones, why when I'm in my car, I always have like a podcast or a lecture or music or Quran on because I can't stand the humming noise when I'm in the highway or something. Like it's all a bunch of cacophony stuff, and the 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 background always helps me concentrate. Then I have things like executive dysfunction. I'm always someone who preaches about planning, organizing, being meticulous with your routines, and I was like that for a long time. But nowadays, I find it hard to just be on top of things anymore. Like my wife, alhamdulillah, she had advised to-do lists, but it started becoming a crutch. And then I realized, because like certain tasks, which may be just a quick thing for others to do, I turn it in, it becomes a whole series of functions for me, and it's a lot. And lastly, more meltdowns or shutdowns. Like, I don't like admitting this, but I've had 3 meltdowns this past year alone.